Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build model kits and hang out with you. We're going to wait, as always. This is the pre-show segment where we kind of hang out, see if some other folks want to join us before we get to the building so they don't miss out on any of the fun. But you came early, so I want to give you a shout out. I also want to give a shout out to Harold. I'm throwing the Bear Cave emote in there for H-Bomb and Friends. Harold, thank you so much, not only for hosting, which I always appreciate, but also you're tier 1, that's 22 months on a 20-month streak. Thank you so much for being a subscriber, for renewing your subscription, and for renewing it during the stream. Appreciate that very much. I hope everyone's having a great evening here tonight. Ultron's here. Hi, Ultron. Yeah, throw the Bear Cave, Lego, whatever emote in. If you're not a subscriber, throw whatever you'd like in there. Hey, it's September, and maybe you want to become a subscriber. You do a tier 1 subscription. Solf, hello, welcome. Tier 1 subscription gets you half off, and I get the same amount of money. That's right. Thanks to Subway, Eat Fresh. I am not required to say that, but it is fun to. But yeah, thanks to Subway, if you do a brand new subscription, if you've never done a paid, if you convert a Prime, the Twitch Prime, the free one, to a paid for the first time, or if someone gifted you a sub and you're going to convert it to a tier 1, all of that is half off. Gifts are full price, but the conversion works, and the conversion works after your month is up. So you can lock in that price now, which is awesome. Also, if you do cheer, if that's the thing you like to do, make sure you hit the cheer emote for the Subway. It's listed there, and there's a bonus for me on Subway. Again, thank you, Subway. Ultron just said eat a sub. I don't know. Thank you very much for the 100. I should also point out Ultron is now currently at the top of the leaderboard, which you'll see above the chat, with 420. That's 420. Thank you very much, Ultron. Appreciate it as always. Lashbrook is here. Hey, Lashbrook. Yes, nice indeed. That's the weed number. Anyway, we're going to see if a few more folks want to join us. I Thursday I started at 10 o'clock, which, that's weird. So that was kind of a light Thursday night for us. Monday, I was in Seattle. I didn't stream on Saturday. The previous Thursday, I was in Seattle. So this is the first show. And then I streamed on Wednesday. I did a build stream on Wednesday. So this is the first show in a very long time that I am in the proper time slot for streaming and in my own apartment, because Thursday was a late start. So this is like, it feels weird, man. Also, turns out I can set up very quickly because I was doing some stuff today, which I'll talk about a little later. Nothing too spectacular, but I had to go and do something. And then I got back way later than I thought I would, and I got all this together pretty quickly. So, knock on wood over here that everything will be nice and smooth. I'm going to give... I don't do this that often. I don't do the old... I should do more of this, like the retweet, like... I tweet all, every couple hours and kind of remind people that I'm streaming. It's also a great time to remind y'all, like, if you can't be a subscriber. Obviously, we've got subscribers in the chat. Always appreciate it. But if you can't be a subscriber, just tell somebody. I had Subway just today even sells Ashbrook. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, he did. It's been a little while since I had Subway. But, hey, I'm trying to take, advantage of September if I can. I'll say this. We're at 39 subscribers right now. At the end of the stream, if we were at 40, I would be happy about that. I don't expect us to, in the immediate future, I do not expect us to hit the total, the massive big number that we hit, which was like 73, 72, something like that. I could look it up. But we hit a very high number at one point, which is the most we've ever had. Because we were very close to 69, and then a bunch of people gifted other people, which was awesome. That was the beginning of the year. In November, I'll probably do I'll probably join someone's extra life. A certain company that has a office here in New York. I may do some stuff with them, and perhaps that will help us reach new heights here. Uh, before we get into the building, because this is the pre-show, I should say, yeah, I got some numbers here. Some people did join in, some new followers, which is awesome. Um, but uh, I'd still love to build the channel up. I love doing this. Look, I mean, I'll do it for under 5. Any more than 5 viewers, I'm thrilled by. Yeah, do I want to get 20? Do I want to hit 30? Of course I do. Would I like to someday hit that 75 viewers average? I mean, yes and no. Um, every once in a while we get a raid coming in, and the numbers bump up to like 40 viewers, and it's like, yikes. If less people would chat, that would be great. But when we're here, right now, more people will be coming in as we go. We're at 8 viewers. I'm thrilled with that. Also, as I've said, I realize and understand that I am in an odd position where people support this stream who watch it on YouTube later. People support this stream that watch it once a week or once a month. Uh, which is an odd thing. Dirty's here. Grabbed a nice meatball pep sub for lunch today. Heck yeah, you did. Also, hi. Yeah, I understand that it's an odd thing. I'm in a unique position where it should be the reverse. I should have 30 viewers and 7 subs, or maybe a little less, maybe 20 and 5. The fact that so many people support this and genuinely can't be here all the time, but still want it to continue is lovely, and I genuinely feel great about that. Lastbrick says, I watched the GB panel again today, and honestly, how many Twitch streamers can say they won a Tony? Indeed, Lashbrook. Hello, Dread. Says, hey, Mr. Baer. Hello to you, Dread. We're going to get into the building process in just a moment. Just a little bit of the pre-show. Yes, I know, right? Tony Award-winning streamers, indeed. That panel was really fun. It was fun to go back to that. Okay, so we'll go to the overhead here because it's, 10 in. It's time to get to the building. So we are working on, you can see there the surfer van. Epic Open World is here. Hi, Epic Open World. Happy to have you. The surfer van. So we built the surfer van, which is Asmo's here. Hi, Asmo. Dang, we got a great crew of folks. I'm very excited about tonight. Awesome people are in the chat. Welcome, welcome. I support since I find you as an extended member of the GB friends and family, also anime chat. Well, yes, I appreciate that. I'm always going to talk about anime, probably. And 2, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I got a great group of friends and associates, and that always makes me happy. To be considered a friend of the site. There's anime chat here. Oh my god. Yes, so in the second hour of the stream, after we do our ad break, because I do a pause for the cause at 10 o'clock Eastern, so in about an hour I'll take a break and explain how people can follow along. And then I kind of wrap up some of the shows I watched since the last stream. Tonight, after the break, I will be discussing Fire Force, Dr. Stone, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon Season 2, and Given. I am not caught up on Fruits Basket. I am not caught up on Demon Slayer. There is too much anime that comes out on Friday. All those shows come out on Friday. It's too many. Surfer Van. Does it include a weed plant? Epic Open World, it doesn't. It includes a flower, but it wasn't a weed thing. You can see in the photo on the side. So that was the van. And then we broke that down, and then we built up this lifeguard tower, and then we're going to build the buggy that goes to the lifeguard tower, break it down again, and then we're going to build this, I don't know, car. We're going to build this car because it's a 3-in-1, which I love. Recyclables here. Hi, Recyclable. Happy to have you here. Dread says I just started Kill la Kill and Cannon Busters. So I I want to love Kill la Kill more than I do love Kill la Kill. I think that there's a lot good about it. Um, but I do think that it does fall into that thing with that company of uh, it's not always because the decisions sometimes aren't made because it's cool. Sometimes decisions are made because it's titillating, and uh, that's not fun in a high school setting. It's just not to me. I'm fucking almost 40. Like that's just not. I'm like the stuff. Sometimes it's like fun because they're trying to tell some part of the story with it. Other times I'm just like, oh really? Okay. Some things a little odd. Yeah, yeah. But I do think the action is beautiful looking. I think the fights are great. You know, you got great supporting characters, great storyline stuff, a lot of weirdness that's fun. It's engaging. Um, anyway, so one thing I didn't talk about when we finished this because we're gonna build a little buggy that goes with this, and then we'll break it down. So hey, neither of these people are lifeguards. We built a lifeguard tower thing, and including like water and waves, which I think is cool. These are not, by any stretch, lifeguards. They're not dressed like lifeguards. It's to me is like it's cool that you can build out of the surfer van, which is the one that uses the most pieces. You can build this, but it's also like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Um, it is it's a little weird to me. Also, if I take a pause from talking for a second, uh, you may hear in the background party music. That's not. I didn't leave something up. You probably shouldn't hear it too well because this microphone is very directional. Um, uh, but oh, Harold just cheered 100, which is the Subway bonus plus 10. Thank you very much, Harold. Appreciate it very much. That's Zach Morris and Kelly from Saved by the Bell, the College Beach years. Yeah, it's Zach and uh, whoever Leah Remini played, the character that only exists in the beach thing, where they were like, because they did like, what if we did a season that isn't part of the college year or high school years? Stacy Carosi. Yes, thank you, Harold. And then also they were like, what if we just got a bunch of new characters and just pretended like we didn't already air the episode where they all graduated, the Tory year. It complete nonsense. Um, Complete nonsense. Anyway, Saved by the Bell. It's a TV show for y'all youngins. There are podcasts about it if you want to watch podcasts where they rip it to shreds. Uh, it's probably the best way to enjoy that show, because it's very old. Anyway, you might hear some party music in the background because my landlord, I live in this is a big house, and I live on the second floor with my roommate. My landlord, their family lives downstairs. They're throwing a party, so you might hear some music. I closed all the windows because luckily it is cool enough that I can just have a big fan pointed at me. So you might hear that fan, and you might also hear a little bit of background. But this mic is pretty good at making sure you don't get to hear that. Recyclable says Zach is a horrible human being. Yeah, I mean he's that weird thing that is very 90s. It's very white male. It's very white male 90s where he's the main character, so you're supposed to like him, but they don't do much to get you to understand why. They don't give you a great reason why you should like him. They give opportunities for it, but yeah, he's just a very entitled person. Uh, I mean, there's a reason why he was just one of the characters. I mean, obviously, clearly, he was the breakout star of Good Morning Miss Bliss, which is the show that they revamped into Saved by the Bell to make him the star, instead of a show where Haley Mills teaches a bunch of young people, which is what that show was. So one of the things about Parker Lewis Can't Lose, which fun fact, Joey Lawrence younger brother no. So Joey Lawrence's younger brother is on a show um, with the older brother of a minor character from that show. They were on Samurai Cyber Force or some dumb thing that involved Joey Lawrence's younger brother before all three of the brothers had a show. And then the older brother of one of Parker's friends. He's has the Yes, he's the Steve Sanders of Saved by the Bell. Imagine if Steve Sanders was the main character, because of 90210, because uh Brendan Brendan, yeah, Brendan was a goody goody, but he was like trying to help. Recyclable. Thank you for pulling out of the air Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Um, that was remember, you know how Power Rangers became a cultural phenomenon in the U.S. Well, then VR Troopers came out, and also Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Uh, I like that one because they fought inside the computer world, and the evil people hacked Greenwich Mean Time, the website, which froze the Earth because it froze the real Greenwich Mean Time, which does not. There's even they were like, wait, what? What? What happens? How did they like? Wait, what? That show was fun. Gridman. Yes, that is. I mean, Cyber Squad is very much an attempt to make an Ultraman show, with a group Ultraman show. Tiffany 9210 and Luke Perry, of course. Jungle Boy does rock. Luke Perry's son, Jungle Boy, fantastic, fun wrestler. Um, I completely missed the years of Tiffany Amber Thiessen acting between Saved by the Bell son-in-law and when I saw her show up in White Collar some years later. Yeah, so she came in at, look, I don't watch I don't watch like cable television as much as I used to. I don't watch primetime shows, but I'm culture aware, especially at the time when Tiffany Amber Thiessen came in to Saved by the Bell as like a character very much invested in dropping the like pretending to be a goody goody but really being a bad girl. Um, it was it was a it's weird to say. It was a big deal. It was a very big deal. She was also the boss on a Fox cop show that I don't remember anything about except that she was the boss on it. Um, Bill Bellamy was in it. Okay, I remember two things about that show. It was a Fox cop show. She was on G4 cop show about cool cars. Yes, that eventually got re-aired on G4, but it was originally a Fox program. Uh, I think eventually, yeah, it got syndicated in reruns, but it was originally Fox. One of the two main male characters in that show was Bill, former MTV VJ Bill Bellamy, and stand-up comedian Bill Bellamy. Uh, all right. So yeah, so we're building a little buggy here, and there's not a lot to say about this. It's very simple to put this together. It's just going to be a little one-person like dune buggy. It's fun to do. Fast lane, and thank you Dreadnought Knots for pulling Fast Lane. The TV show was called Fast Lane. It was about a undercover cops that have cool gear to help them be undercover cops, if I remember correctly. So, it's a TV show. Yes. No, yeah, no. It's not the pay-per-view Fast Lane. WWE pay-per-view. No, that's a different product. The middle Lawrence brother went on to Boy Meets World. Yeah. That's a weird family. It's not weird at all. No, you know what? It is weird. It is weird that three brothers were on a television show and played three brothers on a television show. That's weird. And in that show, Joey Lawrence was named Joey. It's weird. It is weird that all three brothers are actors and we're all in the same show. I pulled back from me saying that wasn't weird. That actually is weird. Uh, they were like the actor versions of the Jonas Brothers. Yeah, or the contemporaries for them, Hanson. I think the ages were pretty close. Uh, but yeah, there was a character actor on that show. I can't remember, but he was a Chicago improviser, and everyone was really happy. He played like the mechanic guy, and he was the comic relief because he was big and maybe dumb, but definitely big. Uh, I don't remember a lot about that program, but I seem to remember a lot about that program, if that makes any sense. All right. Let's keep it moving. Not really. I mean, the Wayans had a family show. Yeah, but the Wayans were like, to me, it is that is like, that makes a lot of sense to me anyway. That like two of the Wayans would go on to play brothers on a show. I don't know why that makes more sense to me. Maybe because they were on a show where they weren't playing brothers because it was a sketch comedy show. Um, that eventually, that they would be on a TV show and play brothers. I don't know. It's just the idea that it's just like, hey, you liked Blossom, right? Well, we gave Joey Lawrence a show with his brothers. Yeah, one of his brothers was in another show that was syndicated that you don't remember. That's okay. But the other brother is young and cute, so we put all three of them together, and we'll hopefully make a buttload of money. I was about to say boatload, but I actually wanted to say buttload, and then I said it. And I don't know if that show made a buttload of money. I know it aired for a while. Um, I don't know if you can hear the music, but I can, and it's weird. Recyclable says, hey, Pat Baer, when this gets listed on Amazon, place it on your wish list, and then link me to a thing that I'm going to click on right now because uh, I know. Oh, what the? Hey, I don't know what this is, but I'll build it. It's one of my favorite. It's another Megatron color scheme, and it's got some sort of trident thing. Uh, the Eldor brought. What? I don't remember what this is from, but I'm gonna look it up. Uh, that is that's a cool looking thing. Is it not on Amazon? I'm gonna go to Amazon see if it's listed. Uh, it is not listed. Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's not listed. But yeah, that thing looks cool and weird. It says December release. Oh, it's from the new Build Diver show. Okay. It has four legs. Totally. This is a thing that I will keep in mind. Uh, that is cool and weird. I wonder if USA Gundam store has it. USA Gundam store probably has it, but uh, yeah, that rules. Yeah, I will keep an eye out that and add it to my wish list when the time comes because that thing looks neat, uh, and I would not mind building it because that looks very cool. Why are the feet facing outward? It'd be fun to build something not a bipedal robot for once. I agree. Why are the feet facing outward? I assume it's stability for the weapon. I do not know, Dirty. Uh, did Armor Core ever get any kit space on it? I bet they did, but probably not by Bandai. Probably by a third party at some other point. I don't know. I don't know when that would have been, but they were probably limited release because I think Armor Core had a following, but it wasn't like the biggest thing in the world. All right, so let's put some wheels on this. As I said, I didn't even break down these wheels because I knew I would be using them multiple times. So let's just put some wheels on this thing, and then we'll be done with our little buggy. And I'll take a photo, and then we'll break it all down. I know they had action figures for sure. Yes, I do remember that. Um, Yeah. Somebody asked me this on Twitter. Um, hey, I see you've been building a lot of Lego lately. Are you done with model kits? And of course, I'm not. One, I'm not. One, first and foremost, I am not. Uh, you could build some cool mechs. I agree. You definitely could. So it's a little buggy. And that's the book two of three. So I got to take a photo of this, and then we'll keep going. But yes, to what I said, I'm not done building. It's just that obviously two of the sets I built were Lego sets that I built in at PAX because it's easier to fly with a 100-something piece Lego kit. I just take it out of the box, put it in a bag, in the bags, and it was fit in my suitcase, no problem. Um, Model kits are a little more difficult, and you have to bring tools. And I don't. Hey, guess what? I don't want to put snipper clips in my bag, even if it is being checked luggage. I just don't want to do that. Call me bizarre, but that's not fun. That doesn't seem like a thing I should do. All right, so I'm going to take a photo of this. Let me get these a little closer. This is going to go on my Discord later and Twitter. And now we're going to break it down. Um, but I don't have. Here's the thing. So we're just going to break these down because we're going to build up the car. So we gotta take apart a lot of this to build a car. We'll definitely need a lot of the car pieces that we took apart. But we won't use all of them because the surfer van was definitely the biggest piece of this kit. The kit that used the most parts, I should say. Everything else is less, and this car should fit in the box, which is why I'm going to build that last, because it should fit back in the box, which the server van would not have. It was too tall. Um, so one of the reasons why I'm doing Lego, as I said, is because I was traveling and it's easier to build Lego there. The other is they are less expensive. And right now I'm not super in a position to spend $40 or $50 on a model kit. I love building model kits. I love building Gundam. I just can't really do it right now. Um, uh, I mentioned this before. We dipped last month. We had dipped below 30 subs, and for the first time, I didn't have enough subs to hit the threshold, and the first time in a long time, to get a payout from Twitch. So the next payout I get is going to be a good chunk of change, and with that chunk of change, I will buy a model kit. And I'll put the link in half an hour from now. I'm going to do it right now just because we're talking about it. If you see something on my Amazon wish list you'd like me to build that's a model kit, you could buy it there and it'll jump the line. The next kit we're building is a Lego kit because I do have it. But also, I've had this Lego kit for a while, and I'm excited about building it. Uh, it's Batwoman. Batwoman's there, and also Batman's there, but also Batwoman is there. We're gonna build that. That's up next, and Brother Eye. That's up next, which we might get to tonight because I don't think it's going to take an hour and a half to build this thing, to break this all down and then build a new thing. So I expect us to start the Batman kit tonight, which I'm excited about. But yeah, I mean, I don't like to harp on that stuff, but if people did want to uh, buy a model kit, it would jump the line, and then I would have a model kit to build. But I am expecting next week when I get my payout from Twitch for it's like whatever, how many days after you hit the threshold, uh, you get that. I am expecting that next week, sometime soon. Um, but yeah, when I get that next payout, I will purchase a model kit. I'll spend a good chunk of that on that. Because I miss doing model kits. It's been a bit. It's been a little while since we did one. And like that, I also why I try to keep some inexpensive ones on my wish list as well, because I know that it's rough for folks out there too. I mean, certainly, I'm not the only one. But yeah, I ran out of here today very briefly. I expect 1,000. Recyclable just says, expect the 1,000 Sunny model ship in the mail soon. Recyclable, thank you so much. Hey, let's throw the bear cave in the moat. Thank Recyclable for that. That's fucking awesome. Thank you so much for picking something off my wish list. I do really appreciate it. As I say every now and again, if I played video games, I would, if I played Control, I could play Control for a bunch of episodes or streams, and it wouldn't be a big deal to spend that money now and again. But I picked this, which I love, but it's also expensive. But thank you so much for that. I have no idea how long it's going to take to build that because I've never built anything for One Piece. But that's fun. That's a model kit from a show that we've never done anything on here. That's awesome. And the Thousand Sunny and Going Merry are both fantastic ships. I don't think that Oda gets enough credit for his ship design. I think a lot of it is he's rightfully criticized for boobing up all his ladies and a lot of his ladies looking very similar. He's rightfully, I think, called out for that. But I don't think he's ever given enough credit for how awesome his vehicle design is. I would assume pretty quickly, but yeah, it's something different. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know how many pieces it's going to be. I don't know what the scale would be. For me, a 144 high grade, I know how long that takes. Even the high grades that are the last couple of years that are more detailed than previous high grades, I still know how long those take to build and how many, whatever. A master grade, I know how long that takes. RE100, I generally know how long that takes. A full mechanics, I know how long. Like, I have a pretty good sense of that. A 100 high grade, I know, I have a good sense now. But when it's a new series, or even the Dragon Ball, like, I knew how long it would take me to build Naruto because I know how long the Dragon Ball kits take. Not that long. But I'm excited about it. Something different. That's fucking rad. Thank you so much, Recyclable. I really appreciate it. So yeah, once again, we're just, tearing things down. So yeah, I ran out of here today to go run an errand for a friend because that then took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, so I had to set this up very quickly. I was not expecting that errand to take so long or to exist at all. It was kind of a last minute, like, hey, you're in Williamsburg, can you do this? And I was like, yes. And then it took a lot longer because nobody was ready when they said they'd be. It's that thing, right? You accommodate people and they are not willing to accommodate you. But you do it because you're a good person and karma replies or whatever. Also, sometimes I set up this gear, like I have a green screen I have to put up, I have to set up lights, I have to move a table, I move my monitors from my computer desk to the build desk. I have to do some stuff to set up. It takes a little while to set all this up. Not that long, but I do take my time with it generally. On a Saturday, I usually have time to set stuff up, but I definitely took a nap today and was unprepared for this errand. And so it was a race against time. It worked out fine. Part of the nice thing is that I have my mics are on stands, or not mics, my lights. My lights here and here, or here and there and there are on stands. And I just leave the stands with the lights and the bulbs in them. I have a spot in my living room for them because thanks to wonderful folks that are so generous, especially on the Patreon. Since I stream Monday, Thursday, and Saturday and do build streams, when I did Thursday, Saturday, I used to set everything up and then leave it up Thursday to Saturday, and then Saturday night I would tear everything down because I wasn't using it until Thursday. And now I just move things around and whatever because, as you can see, I'm going to need all this again in 2 days. So, this kit has been pretty easy to take apart. We haven't had to use our separator, which is great. And, I don't know how many pieces it's going to take. This isn't that many pages, but we might as well break this down completely, and then we will have it easy for us to build up this next thing. I do have, obviously, Thanks to Recyclable, we do have that kit coming that we will build soon. Um, and after Batman, I do have another 3-in-1. It's a race car that is a couple other things. Um, you know, you all know me. I'm generally pretty upfront and honest about this stuff. One of the reasons I like the 3-in-1s, one, I like making real world things like cars and vans. Uh, there are a lot of one piece model ships. Yeah, there are. I mean, those are two are the only, are the two ones we think of. But I mean, there are plenty of ships out there. Uh, um, like Thriller Bark could be cool. The ship from Thriller Bark could be kind of cool to build. It's a really big ship. There's a lot of stuff out there that's fun. But yeah, one of the reasons I like the 3-in-1 is yeah because it's real world things. It's fun to work on real world things. And two, um, at this time in my life in 2019, it's kind of nice to build something that takes a while because we're going to build all three variants. I don't know if you figured out my secret strategy of working on 3-in-1s is that they're not expensive because they're not licensed. No 3-in-1 is a licensed product. And also, they take a while because you got to break them all down and then build them up again. I don't know if you've figured out my incredible secret there along the way, but it adds artificial length into the building process. Because I love a good, more content, says Leo. Hi, Leo. Um, look, I love a good model kit. Like, I love a good high grade, 144 high grade. I'll build one of those anytime. They don't take that long to build. And then you're done with it forever. Um, one of the things I did today, which I thought was fun, was I edited um, my vlog for PAX West 2019. I did the first one at PAX East this year. Now, my vlog style, I would like to eventually heighten it and expand it. Right now, my blog style is I shoot a video at the end of the day, which is like on my phone, just me talking about what I did that day. And then I show a montage of things I did that day. And a few of those clips might have audio, like from the panel room or something like that. And some of the clips, are like fun things. And what I ended up trying to do in the video was this video to expand on what I did at East because the problem with PAX East for me was I was tabling at PAX East. So there was a lot of video of like me sitting at the table being like, hey. So this time around, I showed off tabletop at the Regency. I went to some weird spots in the convention center. I went on the show floor. I tried to do a bunch of that content because I thought that would be beneficial to people watching who couldn't be there. And what am I gonna like do clips from my panel? Like if you saw all the panels that you want to see are out there, you can find them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So instead, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I can show off some fun things like, hey, the jam space is back at PAX West. I'll go in the jam space and record a band. The Super Soul Brothers are playing at the Fan Gamer booth. I'll record a little of that. Like it's stuff like that. So I started editing that together today. And the thing that was really funny is so normally I film like my wrap up like it's this weird thing where I'll show the wrap up from the end of the day saying, hey, you're about to watch some footage of this, and this, and then show the montage. Day two, late at night, I didn't want to do it, so I recorded both of my day two and day three back to back. And by the end of day three, my voice was gone. Not completely unusable, but like pretty gone. And last year, or PAX East, I should say, it was gone before our panel on Sunday, which is bad. So I I was happier that my voice was there, but you can actually hear it by like listening to the different clips or watching different clips of me talking. You can hear my voice like kind of fade out from just talking over the din and constantly talking. And oh, weird! I also did 4 hours of talking to stream. Um, but it was still, I like doing it. So I'm not sure. Well, first and foremost, I am submitting panels for PAX Unplugged. I don't think I'm going to go the whole weekend because we're not going to do League of Heels there. So I'm not going to go for the whole weekend and do a table and all that. But I still like to do some panels, so I'm going to be pitching a panel. Um, and then I also got asked to be on another panel, which I don't know if it'll get in or not, but I said I would be on that panel. So I'm excited for those two things, and then so I'll probably do some sort of truncated vlog for that, and then I might do a vlog at New York Comic Con. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know like how long I'll be at New York Comic Con, or how many days I'll be there. Uh, I definitely won't be there all 4 days. I don't have anything to do there. I'm not on any panels. Uh, I'm not working in any booths or anything. I'm not helping anybody out, but I am there probably hanging out. Um, and the hope is this seasonal job that I'm close. I think I'm close to getting. Will start like after it, so it won't conflict. I'll be able to go and yeah. The goal is to go like on a Friday and then go to work after. You know, go to my tech job that Friday night or something like that, and then maybe go back on Saturday or Thursday, and then come back here and do a pod or stream, not a podcast. I don't know yet. I'm not sure what my actual plan for that, but I've been thinking I'll do like a mini one because the one I did about PAX West, which will be out not this coming Monday, but the following Monday, it'll be in place of a closer look, which I do every 2 weeks. I do a closer look video. So instead of doing another closer look about building, I'm going to do it on PAX because I felt like that was kind of a cool place for that. Because the vlogs I do so infrequently. There's no real like. There's nothing like. There's no place for it. I don't have like a spot for that. So I thought, oh, a closer look makes sense because the closer look is generally about model kit building or streaming. Oh, that's kind of fun to do a closer look about traveling and going to a convention. I don't know. I think it works. I've justified it to myself. Anyway, we're building this vehicle here, so we can put some pieces on this. We'll take a break in a couple minutes for the pause for the cause, a little bit from now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. I've got waiting to hear about this job that's a seasonal job that I can do from home that is going to be very stressful and a lot, and I'm not sure what my schedule would be. I think I'd definitely be able to stream on the weekends, but I don't know about weekday things, and it's definitely up in the air. There's no guarantees. I mean, there's never any guarantees. And then on Tuesday, I go in to meet with uh, a recruitment agency, which all their I think I've said that I might have said this on Thursday. All their positive stuff is like, oh, they placed me temporarily while I was still hunting. I didn't end up going with what they offered, but it was great. Or they found me something right away. Or they had me temping in a time where I really needed help. That kind of thing, which seems good. Um, but the people that are negative are like, they didn't find me a job. And it's like, well, yeah, that makes sense that you'd be upset about that. So I don't know. Who knows? Um, if this will lead to anything, but I am excited about going in and talking to them. Because it might lead to work. I mean, honestly, if it leads to me doing a bunch of temp work or contract work, like I'm all for that. I have the time. You know, hey, do I want to keep streaming Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern on a regular schedule with all of you, for all of you? Of course I do. Am I going to accept a job that is Saturday until midnight? 100% at the drop of a hat. If this stream night has to become another night, if I have to go up Thursday, which is my original stream, I've been streaming on Thursday since I started. Now, it went from being in the afternoon to later in the evening, but I've been doing Thursday since I started this. Heck yeah, I'll give up Thursday if I got to work, and it doesn't make any sense. And instead, I stream Wednesday nights, or I stream earlier. I don't want to stream earlier because I definitely want to try to avoid streaming earlier than 9 p.m. because I know that a bunch of y'all are on West Coast, and I really appreciate that you find the opportunity to watch me stream at 6 p.m. because I know that is early. I mean, it felt weird to stream at 6 p.m. when I was in Seattle, so I understand that. But I also don't want to stream like maybe y'all remember before I got laid off, I had that Monday night stream that I was doing that was like 11 p or 1 a.m. That was very short lived, and I'm glad because I did not enjoy that stream time. But I'll make it work. Y'all will still get 6 hours of building a week from me. I might end up having to do less bonus stuff. Like next Wednesday at 9 p.m., I'm going to be playing Hearthstone. I got a new deck that I really like. It is a hunter, the new quest hunter. I'm still tweaking it here and there, and I need more dust in order to get a card that I need because I had to craft the quest, and that ate up all my dust. But I do like to be able to do that bonus stream a week, so my goal is to keep doing that when I can, as long as I can. But yeah, I am not asking. I'm asking for positive energy. If you got positive energy about the next couple weeks, because they are very important for my bottom line, which is continuing to exist. I'm gonna throw some emotes in the chat there, just kind of mix things up. Y'all are quiet tonight. As always, you do not have to be talkative. If you are not someone that engages in chat, if you do not want to type things at me and have me respond to them, if you have this on just audio or on your phone, doing whatevs, that's okay. You enjoy this the way you want to enjoy it. But if you got something you want to chat about, obviously, we're going to take a pause for the calls in a couple minutes. Then after that, there'll be some anime talk. I'll talk about some of the anime of the day and things I want to chat about that. But it's light and easy. But yeah, if you have something you want to throw in the old chat box, feel free to do so, because this is not hard. That is also one of the things that has been nice for my health, my mental health anyway, lately. Has been doing a lot of Lego sets. Is that like you can fix Lego, but if I clip a snipper clip wrong, that ain't good. A bad snipper clip, a bad snip on a clip, can be real rough. So I'm always happy to have a little bit of a break from that and not have to use putty or anything. Fix my mistakes. Okay, so Dirty says, I had something pop into my head after thinking more about Isekai trope, the truck. All right. Okay, feel free to type that out, Dirty. Yes, I'll explain that in a moment. I'll just say, if I drink a LaCroix with this little Debbie, those cancel each other out, right? Yes. LaCroix will cancel out a snack food because it is a health thing. So yes, you're on the right track there, Leo. Good work. Okay, so to people up to snuff. That's a terrible expression. Up to speed. A common trope in the traveling from another world. One of the ways is that you are summoned there by magic. The other way is that you were reborn in a new world because you died on our world. And the most common way you die in our world is that you are hit by a vehicle, a train or a truck. Gunplay, not gunplay. Oh, it reminded me of the start of the Knights in Magic anime that an office worker gets off work and buys a new gunpla, then gets hit by a truck on the way home. Yes. Recyclable says I haven't had a Little Debbie in years. Me either. I had a Hostess pie not too long ago because I was in a grocery store with some people, or not a grocery store, like a convenience store with some people, and somebody was getting a little Hostess pie, and I was like, I also want that. And hey, guess what? I'm old because that cherry pie was too sweet. I was like, ooh, it was like sour sweet. It's so sweet it was sour, if that makes sense. It was like, no thanks. It was good. I ate it, but I ate it very slowly. I love fruit pies. Um, I try to avoid them because I tend to crush a box in a day. I understand. Sometimes you just need that fix, my friend. I totally get it. You no explanation other than that needed. Uh so yeah. Um there are these two kits are from the new Diver Series as well, and I think they're both super dope. So Ultron put some links in there. You can kind of look them up, folks, if you want to look them up later if you're watching this on YouTube. Uh Gundam Planet has them listed. Gundam Planet, great resource. Someday I'll go there in person. That is like a submarine thing. That's a giant claw hand. I really like that thing. The Zeltzam. Also Zeltzam. Gundam Zeltzam. It's a very good name. Yeah, that thing's got submarine written all over it. And then also the Valkylander. I mean, that's a dragon. That's like a dragon. That's just a dragon. It's pretty good. Oh, that's a super deformed. Okay. Right? Yeah. The SD Dragon Gundam. Yes. Freaky Arm Gundam. It's so symmetrical. Yes, it's a very symmetrical mobile suit. A little heavy arms ish in a way. You know, obviously a huge exaggeration. But yeah, that's pretty neat. Um, yeah, so I didn't love Knights in Magic, but I do love the premise of a mecha lover and programmer ends up in a world where, because this is always the thing that's fun to me, is it's not that this person's super gifted, is that they have this knowledge and they have a better understanding of code, and that magic in the world that they're reborn in is just code. So they are very good at it, like, because they have an understanding, because they have the unfair advantage of that. Um, it was a fun enough show. Even the head crest is asymmetrical. Yeah. I never knew that SD suit for super deformed. Yes. So, I don't love SD standing for super deformed because I think that is not cool. It doesn't feel great to say. Generally, we call it chibi, but the SD does stand for super deformed. But often, folks call it chibi because it is. It's chibi. Chibi's a good name. It's just little. Chibiusa. Little Sailor Moon. Chibiusa. You know, like that's Sailor Moon's daughter from the future. That they were like, no one took one look at her and went, well, that's definitely like Serenity's daughter, right? Okay, none of us are going to notice that. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, chibi just is a good descriptor for that. It's tiny. It's just chibi. Um, or just saying SD. But yeah, as a kid in the 90s, I think chibi was my jam. I mean, the current super, the SD, I should say, let's say SD, the Super SD right now show isn't. What if it was good, y'all? What if it was good? What if the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, the anime Gundam show that's like monthly, was good? I don't think it's good. Blue Boo. Gundams with beards. I'm into it. I'm not into that thing. I don't like it. The art bothers me. It's just not, I'm just not into it. If you're into it, hell yeah. But I'm not. The Muppet Babies and Tiny Toons. That totally the younger versions. Uh, okay, you may be getting some more chibi kits sometime end of the month. Well, hey, one of the reasons I put them up there is having inexpensive model kits for people to pick up on the down low. I'm totally down for that. That's why they're there. Uh, Anne Marie had been hovering what I call the Sailor B video game all day. Oh yeah, what's that? Because it's the River City Ransom, but it's River City Girls. Is that it? That Sailor B Victoria is does a voice in the U.S. version of River City Girls. She's a shopkeeper. I haven't played it. I should. Victoria Holden rules. River City Girls, yes. Sailor B on the internet, Victoria, I have met on only on a couple occasions. Delightful person, very nice, very cool and chill, hard worker, working very hard to make sure you get the anime that you deserve. And it's just a lovely person. Um, uh, Pup named Scooby Doo, Tom and Jerry Kids. Yes, indeed. These are all excellent examples. Uh, so Pup named Scooby Doo. Have I talked about a pup named Scooby Doo on this stream before and how I didn't get the red herring joke? The joke was that Fred always accused Red Herring of being he's a bully-looking kid with red hair, and he always accused him of being the suspect or the perpetrator. It never was. It was always a red herring. I didn't get that. I didn't get that joke. I didn't know what a red herring was. I didn't know that was a thing. Also, one time it was red herring. That's the best. And it wasn't like the 5th episode. It was late in the run that red herring did commit the crime. And then it turned out that it was like there was more to it. He may have been double crossing the real villains or something. There was more to it than just, oh, it actually was red herring this time. But it was red herring. But I was to understand communism was the red herring. Also, because it was a pup named Scooby-Doo, everyone was young, and there were parents involved. And kind of like Archie, a little Archie-ish. Or not Archie, but a little bit Archie, but also a little bit of, of that kind of thing. That Scooby-Doo's name when he was in trouble, or just in general, his parents referred to him as Scoobert. His name was Scoobert Doo. There was a little Archie comic, yes. But his name was Scoobert. That's just great. That's just great. I don't know what to tell you. If we're not on the same page about that, okay. Clue movie joke, yes. I knew where you were going there. It is Richie Rich is actually what I was thinking of. There's a little bit of a Richie Rich thing there where you see the parents and they're doing whatever and whatever. And then also Pup Named Scooby Doo is the first show to acknowledge that Fred is very like Fred was always like gung ho and we'll get it, gang. But in Pup Named Scooby Doo, the trait they played up with him is that he's just not good at this. And then they followed through on that. Some of the other later shows, they definitely follow through on the idea that, like, Fred's not the leader. He's just the big man that's, like, going for it. But, like, nah. Fred kind of doesn't know what's going on. Someone mentioned Clue, so I guess I have to watch Clue now, says Asmo. Hell yeah. Clue rules. Amazon keeps downloading that to my Kindle Fire no matter how many times I watch and remove it. It just keeps showing up. That's so weird. But also, as Lashbrook points out, Dirty, that does sound like a feature. All right. I'm gonna put some of this vehicle stuff in here. I'm gonna put some vehicle parts in, and then when I'm done with the vehicle parts, we will take our pause for the cause. Now, if you're new to the stream, a pause for the cause is not me ending the stream. It is the idea that an hour into the stream, I take a momentary, very short break, a literal pause for the cause, and I just explain and list some ways that you can support the stream if you are so inclined. None of it is mandatory. None of it is demanded or expected or anything. It is all voluntary if you are so inclined in supporting the things that I do. I don't know where one of these went. I must have dropped it. Oh, no, I found it. Never mind. I found it. Remember that September. Yes. So it's ad time. Hola. Hello, Christian. We're just about to take a break here. It's a little pause for the cause. So first and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber here in the Bear Cave, throw an emote in there, the Build with Bear Workshop. Any emote will do. Just let the people know that you are indeed a subscriber. Because it is September. If you've never subscribed, or if you always just use your coin, and have you drank water recently, hydrate. I always drink directly after doing this because I'm going to talk for a lot and get there. Jam is here. What's up, Jam? Happy to have you here. So, as I said, pause for the cause. It's September. Subs are half off. If you've never been a subscriber, if you've never been a paid subscriber, you get half off. If you want to convert your Twitch Prime coin, it will charge you half off when your Prime needs to get renewed, and you'll become a regular subscriber. If you gift someone, full price. But if you were gifted a sub, you could convert it at that price, and it'll go into effect afterwards. So it won't override it. It'll just add on to it. Now, this only works on the web or the desktop app. I do not believe this works on mobile. So don't try it on mobile. I mean, it would say $5, and you go, wait. Unless you want to do it for $5, in which please subscribe. That is one way you can support the stream, is becoming a subscriber. The numbers go up, and it's great. Now, speaking of numbers, I get a better percentage if you become a patron. But not everyone wants to do that. But I'm on Patreon. I put it in there. The link will be in the show description if you're watching this later on YouTube. But yeah, you can join my Patreon. $1, $3, $5, $10. Those are all the different things. Each one gets a little bit more. Everyone gets a Q&A that I only do for Twitch, or for Patreon. I only answer a couple questions a month. It's a nice little thing. I mentioned before, we'll go to my Amazon wish list, take a look at that. That's a great way to support the stream if you'd like. Once again, this is a pause for the cause. We're going to get building soon, but halfway through the stream, I always take a little bit of a break and talk about some stuff. Amazon wish list. We already found out the Recyclable did buy a model kit from. We bought the 1000 Sunny, which is a fantastic kit. Going Mary's still up there. There is the Pursuit of the Joker, which is a Batman Lego set that looks rad. It's a Batmobile. I'd love to build a Batmobile. That'd be fun. I got some cheap stuff at the top of the stream there. Some more expensive stuff as you go down. I always like to have a few cheap options. I put all the desk sites up again because, hell, I just like to build a desk site someday. I don't know. I put them up there. You don't have to. You could. We've got... I've got the Eva kits up there. They're very expensive. Leo Sonic just subscribed. Leo, that's a tier 1. Thank you so much. Let's throw the Bear Cave emote in there and the Lego emote and thank him for that. Thank them for that, I should say. Sorry about that. Leo So Inc. Thank you so much for doing that. And bits and coins, also, you get, if you use the sub cheer emote, because this whole thing is sponsored by Subway. September is sponsored by Subway. I bet Twitch has been trying to get this together for a long time because it just makes sense and they should totally have done it years ago. It's so smart. It's very smart. September, Subway. It makes sense. I got a bunch of stuff on my wish list. You don't have to do that, but you can, and it's great. Also, USA Gundam Store. If you're like, hey Pat, I want you to get a model kit. He him works. Well, great, Leo. Thank you. I generally just say people's names unless I've met you in person. Um, it's just easier. Although statistically, you hear him if you are a watcher and a subscriber. Statistically, USA Gundam Store. You could buy a gift card there. You get an email with a code. Then you whisper me here on Twitch, or you send me a DM on Twitter because my DMs are open, and I get that code for a gift card, and then I put it in my account, and then when I have enough money, I buy something. That is an option. That is an optional option that you could do if you would like to do that. You don't have to, but you could. That's for people that are like, I don't want to buy something on Amazon, and you don't. I would just buy it on my local store, but you don't have a P.O. box. And when I have a fucking full-time job and I can start paying up my debts and paying off some stuff, I will get that. It is not coming anytime soon. Also, as we get in there, bits and coins, as I said, I have a coffee, and then also I have Streamlabs donations, which will go to my PayPal, and you can use your credit card or you can use your PayPal on that. And Streamlabs is set up that it will show up as a donation here, just like bits and coins and everything else. Coffee won't show up in here because there might be a way for that to happen. I just don't know how to do it in Streamlabs. I don't have the notification to do that, but I will notice that you did it. And I'm going to drink some water. I recommend you drink some water. I got this big bottle of water here. I'm going to drink some of it. Certainly not all of it, because that's not good. All right. Party music is still playing in the background of my landlord's party that I was invited to and said no, because I didn't want to go to it. I said that I wasn't feeling well, which is not true. I lied. I lied to my landlord. Don't tell them. Don't tell them that I gave a reasonable excuse why I couldn't go, and then I'm not going to go. Yeah, okay. Hopefully they don't watch. Yeah, hopefully they don't watch the stream and get caught up in it. But whatever. At one point, my landlord did go, you got a lot more model kits than you used to. Because he was up here working on something in the living room. And he was like, you got a lot more kits. And then he was like, wait, is that a Millennium Falcon? He was really psyched about my Lego Millennium Falcon. He was super psyched about that. And it was really fun. That was a really nice thing. I'd be like, yeah, I got a lot more kits than I used to. Its collection is growing. He was like, you gotta get some of those IKEA display stands. And I was like, yeah, people tell me that all the time, but yeah, someday, maybe. All right. Okay, so as I said, oh, this is the wrong thing. We want the square. Anime talk. Second half of the stream, I generally kind of go through the anime. Okay, so Fire Force. More intense than last week, less dramatic than last week. Good fight scenes. Fire Force is a great shonen show. As I said, comparing it to Black Clover, which Black Clover lately has been kind of fixated on showing some of the other characters and giving you that. This is not. I really enjoyed the fight. Yeah, Christian. Well, one, the last chunk, the last part of this investigation arc, the larger investigation arc, the last part of it was over really fast. I thought the fallout of the sister was gonna take longer, and it didn't. And then we got into this, and then we got into this. This shit was intense. The fight was great. They're spending some money on fight choreography. Now, caveat. I said this earlier, and I will continue to say this. Um, I hate. Oh, sorry. I hate the Neko cat, the Neko Fire uh, person. I hate that her sub game, her like, well, she's very good at this, but her butt is this whole like naked and touching accidental like. I just don't think it's good, and I think that it feels very like first pass. I'm not up to date because Crunchy doesn't have it here in Argentina. Oh, Christian, I'm sorry. That licensing. I know that generally when I talk about shows, I do feel bad because I'm often talking about things that are licensed here that sometimes don't end up in other countries, both for you and for Girly Buttercup, um, who is another person that watches that often sometimes can't watch the shows in regular times that folks here in the U.S. can. So I'm sorry that Crunchyroll didn't work in Argentina. Also, hell yeah, Argentina. Heck yeah. Um, uh, but it's yeah. I would say my biggest complaint with it, and that may not have been licensing. Trying to do global licensing is just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Uh, you know, um, one of the things that to me is a bummer, it was a small little thing, is so part of Crunchyroll is that they auto post on Twitter when a show goes live. Well, there was a glitch in it where they don't have One Punch Man Season 2 in the US. Hulu has it. But they do have it subtitled in other countries. So it got posted on the English language US Crunchyroll account a couple of times, like multiple times. And then people would click on it because they're like, oh, they finally got it. They worked it out. They worked out a deal. And they would click on it, and then no, they did not work it out. They did not work out a deal. And that was frustrating. And I understand why that happened, but it was still like, oh, oh no. Licensing is hard. Harold says in the immortal worlds of John Drake, formerly of Harmonix and Sony, uh, licensing is hard. Yes. I can't imagine the amounts of almost got-ems Harmonix had to deal with constantly. Oh boy. Or just like disc-based only, and then it should be DLC, or all that stuff. Like I've heard a lot of it, and I definitely haven't heard all of it. But yeah, anyway, to put to not to put too fine a point on it, but ooh, I like this. I'll point this out here, and then I'll say, I don't love. I like the Neko girl. I don't love how she is used in the show as a comic relief moment. Money's been tight lately, but I just became a $1 supporter on your Patreon because you're awesome and I love what you do. Well, Adjective Noun Gaming, thank you so much. Happy to have you here in the chat. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. I really do appreciate that. Your $1 is great, and I really do. Thank you so much for that. It does like even a $1 is helps because it takes down my credit card fees. It actually gives me a better percentage. It keeps my numbers of patrons growing, which is good for strangers that might want to just jump in. And thank you so much. And then also, look in the backlog if you want to check out some old Q&As, because I answer questions on Patreon. You can look up some old posts in there if you want to do that. But thank you very much. I understand. That's rad, and thank you for your support. I like this. So these have been used as flagpoles in this kit, but right now they're just like guards for this car, and that's cool. The buggy. Okay, so I don't have a lot to say about Dr. Stone. Uh, the new characters are growing on me every episode. I like them more. Um, I'm more interested than I was previously. I still yearn for the story that clearly the manga didn't want to tell, which is only a few of them existing in a world for a long period of time. That was interesting to me more than all the characters that have grown up not understanding the world uh, and that portion of it. But it's growing on me. It's still, uh, yeah. I mean, the characters are cool. I think the characters are great. I think the supporting characters are cool, and they're like I said, they're growing on me. I just like the idea of that trio with like yes, the threat, and then also it's silly, and the science is good and interesting, and I think it's a good adaptation, a very strong adaptation in a season with a bunch of adaptations that are interesting, but sometimes disappointing. I'm looking at you, Ari Fuerta. I know the manga I'm disappointed in where it goes, but I'm certainly disappointed in where the anime has gone. Um, Oof, that show. Disappointed with that show. Um, anyway, yeah, it's um, Dr. Stone. Yeah, like I said, I don't have a shit ton to say about it. I like it a lot. Um, let's see. Uh, is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon season 2? Which is. It started a little late in the season, but it is, in my opinion, the best show this season. It is the best show of the season. It is dramatic. It is going places I wasn't expecting. Recyclable just cheered that I didn't know I had these lying around. You had some bits. Thank you so much. I got some bonus bits because of that. That's awesome. Shit is happening now. I fell off Dr. Stone after 3 episodes. I might go back later, but it didn't end up in my 4 or 5 I followed this season. So, when you have a break and you want to pick some stuff up, I do think Dr. Stone is strong. I would recommend it. I like a character that looks like a villain as your main character. Part of why Fire Force is great to me. I mean, that dude is definitely a mad scientist, and I kind of love that. Uh, Shit is happening now. Yes, Danmachi. So, one of the things about Danmachi that was interesting to me was they set up a story, and that wasn't the story of the season, and I appreciate that. I thought the War Games was going to take longer. It didn't. I thought they were going to have more downtime in the let's figure out how we can be a familia because y'all were in different families and now you joined. They didn't do that. They got into it. Now, the plot line of the nature of a hero, what it means to be a hero, when do you step up and trust in your friends? When do you protect them and run away? How far will you go for a stranger or someone that has a connection to someone that isn't you? These are a lot of questions that are being asked in season 3 of it, or season 2. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Those are all awesome questions for a hero. I don't mind that Bell, who once he got some powers and some abilities for a while there, wasn't second guessing himself. I don't mind that he is now. I think it's pretty great. However, yeah, I was surprised how fast it happened. It feels like the arc was only going to give them a place. Yes, and to boost Bell. Yeah, I didn't expect to get to this part, the main chunk of it. I thought the War Games and the Aftertuff was going to be most of this season, and I was pleasantly surprised by that. But a thing I don't love that's happening in this show is the main part of this arc is there is a Fox person, a Renard, that a woman that someone in the family knew who long ago had been kidnapped or sold into slavery and is working in a red light district. And the her opinion of herself, like the understanding of her being in a position where she doesn't feel clean and she doesn't think she deserves to be saved because in the hero stories of her youth, the hero stories that she loved to listen to and read, the maidens that were saved were pure, and she doesn't feel pure. This is a fucking lot for an RPG inspired action show. It's a lot of themes. Uh, it got weird about sex work for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it's because it's, in my opinion, one of the reasons it gets weird in a way that I appreciate is because this is a forced situation. She is not, she does not have agency. She is not interested in being in this position. If she was interested and they treated it that way, I would be much more unhappy with where it's going. But I do think that Belle should probably say at some point, hey, just because you've been forced to do this stuff doesn't mean you're less of a being and you aren't worthy of love and friendship and support. Because he kind of just lets her feel like shit and think that it's okay that she dies. And he kind of like doesn't say shit about it. And that sucks because Belle is, first and foremost, a very caring little boy. He's a young man that cares a lot. And obviously he's dealing with a lot because he keeps getting captured by people that definitely want to have sex with him. And he is not interested in that. So I understand that he's got a lot on his plate as well and feeling like, as I said, there's this whole thing of like, can I be the hero? What does being a hero mean? Am I going to take this risk? There's a lot going on. And I think a lot of it's really interesting. But, and there's all the behind the scenes stuff and there's a true villain and all this other stuff and well, whatever. It's a whole thing. But like, I don't know. It's weird about sex work in a way that is a fucking bummer. Because it's not weird about her opinions on it. It's sad. It's more about Belle not being like, hey, you're still you. I'm sorry this happened to you. Like, it's not that. I don't know. The fight scenes are weird to say. The fight scenes are good. That's a weird thing to say after that mini rant. The fight scenes are good. And the action is cool. And it ended on a cliffhanger that's good. And some shit's about to go down. Even more shit's been going down, but even more shit is about to go down. And I'm excited about it. Yeah, Christian, you're totally right. The attempt to take Belle's virginity by force and by spells and charms, but generally by force from this crew of Amazonian-like characters, is a fucking lot. And it is in some ways played for laughs. Excuse me. Pardon me. Apologize for that. It is in some ways played for laughs because he's a guy. So it's funny that these Amazon women are chasing him. I don't think it's funny, but it is presented as funny. So that's certainly a caveat to me saying it is my most anticipated. Like, I am. Yes, the Frog Lady scene, 100%, Christian. It's not great at all. It's a lot of not good. It's a lot of bad. It's tough because that's, like I said, it is still my most anticipated show. Like, I am looking forward to next Friday so that I can continue to watch this program. That does come with a bunch of caveats about some of the choices that are made in the show feeling weird, feeling very, very weird. And I don't love that. That shit was bad. Yeah, you're not wrong. I totally agree with you. That shit was bad. All right, I'm going to wrap up talking about that show. I got one more show to talk about because, as I said, I had 2 episodes of Is It Wrong to watch. I had 2 episodes of Dr. Stone to watch. I watched Fire Force before. And now, so I'm not caught up on Demon Slayer. I'm 1 episode away from being caught up with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is great. I wish that I had been watching it every week. I wish that I hadn't taken a break from it. For my own selfishness, I wish I could just been watching it the whole time because it's really fucking good and I really like it. That's all. Well, now I guess I'll include. I talked about Demon Slayer. I'm not caught up. Demon Slayer is great, y'all. Shit, that show is great. Um, yeah, I just, had kind of like it was the show that the beginning wasn't real. I wasn't really feeling it. I don't know if it was the comedy moments, or the Chibi Nezuko moments, or what. I mean, it's edging my seat right now, and then it's a thing of like, hey, when manga artists do this, when writers do this, when creators do this in all fiction, when they create a character that looks just amazing, but I'm like, I hate this person, that's awesome. When I could be like, this character looks rad, they seem rad, oh, they're not rad at all, oh, I want them to get punched in the face, okay. And the Demon Slayer creator is very good at that. Because there are a lot of characters in this show that seem like they would be very cool, except they are fucking not. And they need to fucking be cool, and they won't, because they're not gonna. But yeah, Demon Slayer is great. Animation is beautiful. The fight scenes are really strong. Supporting cast is great. The rivals or enemies becoming friends are all fantastic. I am expecting that with some of these characters right now that we're seeing. The latest episodes have some people that definitely need to be punched in the face. For sure. Big old punches to the face. And also, I really do appreciate it because so the thing of Demon Slayer is that there are people that have been chosen to kill demons. Slay them. Most of them, some of them that we've met have been like, this guy seems unstable, but there are a bunch of characters that got introduced that are like, these are villains. If they weren't murdering demons, they would be murdering human beings. These should not be the good guys. They are just talented at murder. They should not be cool. You should not be cool with these people. They seem like monsters. They seem like the real monsters. And I like that that's in there. Like I said, every once in a while, get a character that you just want to punch in the face. Heck yeah. Non-discriminately punch in the face. Dirty just says, oh. I don't know why that got that where. Yes, totally Lastbrook. Tinjiro is such a good character. Yeah, he's grown on me. I was a little down on him. I like that he wasn't strong. I appreciate it in a shonen show. Like, give me growth, give me dependency. Yeah, that guy's a big problem, Christian. That guy is a big problem. That guy, I don't believe that guy has not. See, I like. Yeah. Oh, that's who it is. Okay, so that's the cosplay, the boar head guy. Yeah, that's a guy that like. You look. Yeah, that dude needs like friends. But I love that he was like knocked unconscious, woke up, and he was like fighting, and you're like, chill out. But yeah, no, there's some characters in that show that I'm like, hey, I hope you get your comeuppance. I'm not saying they should be murdered by demons, but I'm saying they should get like taken down a peg. That guy killed a lot of people for sure. Yeah, that guy stumbled upon demon slaying. Oh, so there was no good transition for this. There was probably a good thing. Speaking of things that are being handled well, I don't want to talk too much about it. Hey, y'all, please trust me on this. Given is really good. The music is great. And then it's fucking happening, y'all. Speaking of, okay, here we go. There we go. Speaking of things where shit is happening, shit is fucking happening in Given. Shit is happening. This was never going to be a show about subtext. This was always going to be a show about text. There is fucking text. And it is like a lot. And it is like feels good and honest. And like I said, the music is incredible and it feels real. And I can't wait for things to fucking fall apart because they will. Not as like a piece of property, but as like the human condition and drama and all that. This is a good show, y'all. That song is fire. Yeah, all the music is just so great. Given all lowercase, which I really like. I love that is the name of the show. Um, is just a quality product that I am super into and very much recommend. Uh, it is unlike anything. The closest thing that I watch right now that's like that is probably Fruit Baskets, which is a drama that there's definitely more comedy in it. But yeah, I'm super into Given. I think that it is a great show. Music anime. So I haven't watched Carol on Tuesday. No, I have not checked it out. I don't have Netflix right now. Because that's a Netflix show, right? I don't have Netflix right now. I will get Netflix at some point. Uh, Again, I go through bits and first. I fell in love with that show. Yeah, I want to see it. I just haven't. I haven't been able to. Also, I can't pick up another show. So that's a show that I'm gonna catch up on. Right. The although a lot of the new shows start in October, and some of these shows are ending in September, so there isn't going to be much of a lull. It seems like um, this season into the fall, which is good, but also like there's so many uh, isekai next season that like the possibility that I'm going to be watching all of them. I'm going to start all of them, but like the fact that I only dropped one isekai this season is pretty remarkable. Although every week Ari Fuerta makes me less and less interested in watching it, but I'm going to keep going because I know that there's some good stuff coming up, and I want to see. There's a spoiler alert. There's a dragon. Maybe you should wait until the second part on. Yeah, leaves Netflix jail. Yeah, definitely. I binged with a friend because I didn't have to get an account. I just binged with a friend of mine the last season of Glow, which all I can say, look, the only thing I'll say about that season of Glow is there's a lot of good in that season, but also they better start next season and like do an actual honest thing about about anorexia, uh, and because it was kind of the thing they just fucking forgot about. Um, so a lot of it is Crunchyroll does a pretty good job of releasing stuff. Um, but if you just go like anime next season, you'll find like show descriptions. Anna News does some stuff. They're a YouTube channel, small YouTube channel that does like breakdowns of shows that will do stuff. Sometimes people will tell me about things that are coming out, especially if they know the genres that I like. But yeah, Crunchyroll does a decent job of reporting about shows they don't have or they're not gonna have, which I think is still kind of nice. Uh, Maul has a list of all the upcoming stuff. Yes. Um, uh, my anime list, yeah. My anime list always does a thing, and sometimes their translations are a bit too literal, and not localized enough. But they usually do list things, and I kind of just like keep my ears peeled for things that I might be interested in, right? Like the isekais I'm interested in seeing. The high school prodigies have it easy, even in other worlds, which is such a long name. Ascendance of a Bookworm. Harage, uh, Kemomichi, which is the show that it's the wrestler who comes from our world and doesn't want to just fight monsters and beasts and instead opens up a pet store, and it's a comedy. And it's Konosuba, which I don't like and some people will love and I don't like. So I'm a little worried. My Hero Academia, Food Wars, and then the actual longest title, Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next World? Which I'm excited about that one. And there's a few other shows as well. Yeah, it's the second half of, or no, it's the start of the fourth dish. Yeah, Psychopass. Yeah, Psychopass is good. I like Psychopass. I'm not super into it. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. All right, that's it. We had a lot of extra pieces, as you can see, but this vehicle, I like this that has the thing access the roof. This is our vehicle here. We'll pop our people in. But yeah, this was the smallest of the three, which is why I did it last, because it will fit easily in the box. I'm going to take a photo of this, and then I'm going to put it in there. And then we'll open the Batman kit, and we'll start knolling the Batman kit, and we'll really dive deep into that on Monday. Um, so let me just pop this here so I can take a photo of this. Heck yeah. And so I'll box this up and we'll open the Batman. But yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff coming out next season that I am certainly interested in. Um, and I don't know what what I'm going to end up liking, like anything else, right? I kind of knew that I was going to be on the fence with Do You Love Her Mother and her two-hit multi-target attacks. Like that show was going to be hit or miss with me. Because it just had that vibe of the first episode. I was like, they're way too into me wanting to be with this mom. So yeah, I kind of but honestly, I think that's the only show that I gave up this season. Uh, yeah, I think that's the only show that I've stopped watching regularly. It's just not a good isekai. And then Demon Slayer has been like great, and I picked that back up. I let that go last season, and I picked that back up and caught up, and that's been good. Mostly it's been me being surprised, right? Demon Lord Retry is solid in a way that I wasn't expecting. Ari Fuerta is solid in a way I wasn't expecting. Oh, I'm going to talk about on Monday. We're in filler for One Piece. That's a bummer that we're back in filler, but some of that filler was good. So, okay, I'm mostly still into One Piece right now, which I'm happy to report that I'm still super into what's going on with One Piece. So, someday down the line, whoever wins this 3-in-1 gets the smallest of them, and they can build up, which is a fun thing. Be like, hey, if you would rather have the surf, you'll get that. I mailed out Sharks 2K's model kit, the heavy arms, this week, so they're getting that. They'll get them. Finally, Food Wars coming back. Yeah, I was really down on the first half of season 3 or third plate. I was very down on it, but the second half I thought was great. I only dropped 2 shows this season, To the Abandoned Sacred Beast and another that I don't even remember the name. So I also dropped To the Abandoned Sacred Beast, which was tough because I don't have a lot of stuff, and I picked up Ari Fuerta because there's not a lot that comes out on Sunday and Monday for me right now. And To the Sacred Beast come out on Monday for me. So I was happy to have that to talk about during the shows. But yeah, I dropped that. That did not appeal to me. I don't think it's good on any. I think the voice acting is fine. My Sunday anime is Boruto. Yeah, I'm way behind on Boruto. I know that it's getting I know that this fight stuff is cool. Boruto is your comfort food. Hell yeah. But yeah, for me it's One Piece and Ari Fuerta I can talk about for Monday. And then usually I'm picking something else up. Like for Monday, I'll have caught up on Fruits Basket. I'm gonna catch up on Fruits Basket for Monday because I want to catch up on it. I'm 2 episodes behind. And I want to get caught up. But a bunch of stuff came out. And then also, like, it's that thing where, all right, I'm going to catch up on anime. That's what I'm going to do. And then I have other things to do, and I like to be able to focus because you're reading text. So today, instead of catching up on anime, I caught up on a few things, but until fully catching up, I just had the Loading Ready Run bonus stream of James from Loading Ready Run uh, going into WoW Classic, playing World of Warcraft Classic, which was just really fun. And Ben was playing with him, and then later Cameron came in for a little bit. And that was just like, that was comfort while I did other things. One, seeing people play WoW was cool. And then two, it was just very funny for them doing it after they've been away. Both of them had been on the road for 2 weeks. So that was kind of fun. If you prefer where to store a finished set. So, Leo, one of the things that I do on this stream is once a month, the last build stream of the month, I pull a name from a subscriber, and if they're willing, I mail them a kit that I built on stream. Sometimes it's 2 kits if they're small, like 2 Dragon Ball model kits. If it's a high grade or a master grade, I'll send that. So what I do is I pack them in the box that they came in because I'm going to mail them out. And I do a very good job of packing the model kit in bubble wrap in there, and the box bubble wrapped and paper wrapped in that. So I do that as a way of giving back and giving thanks, and also not having all those kits in my apartment forever and ever. So that's what I try to do. Now, there are Lego sets that don't fit back in the box. Lego sets are tricky sometimes. You have to kind of break them apart into sections. So when I send out Lego kits, sometimes I have to be like, hey, this is what it looks like when it's done. You have to reassemble it. Which is why we ended up with the smallest Lego set there of the 3 and the 3-in-1, because I knew it would fit in the box. Model kits, I've never had a problem where the model kit didn't fit in the box because obviously they get smaller. Oh, hell yeah, we got one of these. So right now we're doing the knolling. We're just going to separate by color. We're going to open up bag 1. We have 3 bags here. We'll probably knoll everything for the rest of the stream. And we're up to the Batman. We got Batwoman's plane here. We got Batman in a gray suit. Batman. We got some stuff going on here, which I'm excited about. Oh, it tells you how to replace the battery, which we don't have to. Looks like we're starting by building Brother Eye, if I remember correctly. So that's fun. But yeah, this seemed like a cool set. One of the things that drew me to this set was the idea of a Batwoman minifig. I'm excited about building a Batwoman minifig. That's very cool. We save a bag for extra pieces. But yeah. Christian says, my Discord group is obsessed with WoW Classic. It's a nightmare. I understand if it's not a thing you're also into, that when people are into the thing that's not a thing you're into, it can be a lot. So you have my condolences. It's always a little weird to hear people saying Noel, because my name is Noel. Well, Leo, yes, the knolling process is a time-honored tradition here. I learned this from Tested.com, Will Smith, and of Tested, the internet's Will Smith, and Norman Chan. When they did some bonus premium content, they were building, they were working on Lego, and they talked about this process. I love Batman, and I wish they'd go back to making good Batman movies, says Asmo. They may someday, Asmo. The rough thing is that, like, even the animated stuff is like 50-50. Because some of it's like their Dark Monsters universe. And you can get the fuck out of here with that Dark Monsters bullshit. Everyone's changes and grows. And maybe there would have been a time in my life where I would be super into that. But I really don't think I ever would have been fucking into this shit at any time in my life. Because it is lame as hell. in my opinion. Uh, Batman Ninja was okay. Yeah, I didn't mind that. I do play WoW, and now so many people are playing Classic, and I'm like, why? Batman Brave and the Bold is my favorite Batman cartoon. It's so good. Recyclable. They made so many great choices with that show. The voice talent that they brought in was top notch. The character stuff, the characters they chose to focus on. And kind of bring back to a modern audience in a different way. Top to bottom, Brave and the Bold is a fantastic, goofy, silly, wonderful cartoon. I liked the Batman. I didn't mind the Batman. I thought the Batman was kind of cool. Um, I thought there was a lot to like about that last Batman show. Uh, because they were like, oh yeah, they're aliens. Deal with this Batman. And he's like, shit, okay, I guess they're aliens. I don't know. It's not a great description of what happened in the show, but I did enjoy it. Batman Beyond. Yes, it's definitely for super fans. Uh, Batman Beyond remastered coming to Blu-ray with digital copy next month. Ooh, all right, okay, yeah, I could get into that. There's a lot to like about that show. Um, when they tied it into to both Static Shock and then also tied it into Justice League Unlimited, I was very happy about that. About acknowledging that show as canon. In fact, the Justice League Unlimited episode that is just an episode of Batman Beyond in the future uh, is real good. That's up there as one of the, in my opinion, one of the best Justice League Unlimited episodes because it's a self-contained episode. It's a weird one because it's like late in the series run and like the show is kind of over and then you get this weird extra thing. So it is odd. It's an odd choice about where they put it. But I do think that it is a very good show. And that's a really good episode. Uh, uh, I just bought the series on DVD months ago, says Lastbrook. Oh no, Lastbrook. Look, this is why we don't buy physical media, folks. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. You buy what you want. I don't buy physical media these days. But then also, uh, that ep is called Epilogue. Yes, it's Epilogue. Yeah, Leo is legitimately just like, hey, here's this extra thing. We ended up getting a different run order. I assumed that it just were like, we have a different run order than we originally had. Does anybody have anything else we could do? Oh, we've got this idea that we weren't going to do. Let's do it. Let's bring closure to this show in a way that it didn't have. I honestly hate it. So, knock on wood, I got wood over there. I recently learned that DC Universe Service actually has their back catalog of comics. I had no idea. I always wanted that. Oh, that's awesome. I liked it more when Terry was just a dude who ended up taking up the mantle. Lashbrook, I agree with you. The twist in it of who made this happen, I think is great. I kind of think is incredible. More so than who you assumed did it and who Terry assumes did it and who you'd be right to assume did that. The fact that it is someone else, I think is incredible. So I like that part of it. But the idea of it is contrived. You're not wrong. Uh, but I do like the idea that also, hey, I really like. I'll say it. Whatever. Spoilers for that show. Uh, uh, Amanda Walker was very concerned about there not being a successor to Batman because almost all of the other Bat people got murdered or quit being a superhero, and in this version, she didn't imagine that Talia Ghul was going to become pregnant with a kid. So she like manipulated a bunch of events to make it so that Terry shares DNA with Bruce Wayne, uh, and he doesn't know it. And then also, it, like Batman's not in on it, and it's interesting. It's an interesting element to the show. Also, it brought yes, yes, because she is the big, large African American woman in that show. She is an antagonist. She's the head of Cadmus. She is, in many ways, she is that villain that believes they are doing the right thing and is definitely not doing the right thing, but has the belief that they are doing the right thing, um, and that their choices are for the good of America and humanity. She believes her own hype, very much so. Uh, it's typical of the top secret government official. She has a lot of weird things. Yeah. Yes. So she's in charge of Suicide Squad. That's one of her projects. Is the idea that you can coerce villains to do the work that heroes would object to. But one of her ideas is DNA manipulation to get a bat person. Wrapping Phantasm back in was genius too. I agree. Uh, yeah, it's an interesting thing. Uh, all right, so we got a Batarang here. We built the Batman, which is fun, and then got a bunch of bat stuff here. Get some Batarang, different Batarang colors, which is fun. Bat communicator, I should say. Got a Batarang and a Bat communicator and a Batman. This is very obviously. I'm about to say something very silly. This is very Lego Batman. But you know what I mean when I say this is very Lego Batman. Like, you get what I'm saying when I say that this is very Lego Batman. Like, I'm not. You understand what I mean when I say that. So what I will do is to lengthen the speed of the process. I haven't watched them in a while. The any of it really. I don't know how I feel about more recent stuff. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the animated stuff in a while. The Wonder Woman I liked a lot. That might be the last one I saw, so I definitely missed a few. I did watch I did watch one of the Suicide Squad ones. And like I said, I did watch the Monsters and Men alternate reality where they're rough heroes. I didn't. I don't. I don't want to watch a thing where Batman is is an actual vampire. Like, Batman kills. Like, I don't want to watch that. Maybe I'm a sap, but I don't want to watch it. So what I will do is before Monday, I will knoll these two bags so that they're comprised with the other Lego sets that we have there, which will make building a lot faster. This is not a 3-in-1. We're just going to build it together. This is a 269 nice piece kit that we will be putting together very soon. But I'm going to wrap up the stream tonight. Thank you very much, everybody who watched. Remember, first time it's September, so you can subscribe. You can subscribe anytime. You don't have to do it now, but it is fun when you do it when we're streaming, because that way I know. But consider becoming that. We hit 40 subscribers tonight. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you all for hanging out and chatting with me and talking about stuff. I really appreciate it. You're totally right, Leo. Thank you. And we'll talk more about that because, hey, we're building a Batman and a Batwoman thing, so we'll talk about some DC stuff on Monday. Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Aristofan was here lurking in the chat as always. Thank you, Aristofan. Always a pleasure having you here. Thanks, everybody who watched. Thank you to new subscribers, renewed subscribers. Thank you to Ultron and Harold and Recyclable for those bits and coins. You are a lurker, Aristofan. You just don't have a, you just don't want to chat, and you don't have to. There are a bunch of people that don't chat, and that's cool. When I have 5 viewers and none of them are chatting, it's bad. When I have 21 viewers and 8 of them are chatting, that's totally okay. I can handle that. So thank you all so much. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for my new patron. I really appreciate all of that. Thank you, Recyclable, for buying stuff to my wish list. If there's anything on that wish list you like, please pick that up. I'll be back Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're building a Batman. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.